Hey, what's up YouTube? Rahul here, back with an interesting video. It's quarantine people, so many of us keep engaged ourselves with smartphones or laptops and all the devices which have the display. Now, did you ever think about the screen time or also the effects if you watch our smartphones or the TV or even the laptop for a long period of time? Why our parents keep on telling, don't use it, shut down your smartphone. Now, what is the reason behind that? Now that you have come here, let's find the answer. So without any further ado, let's get started. Also guys, watch till the end in order to get the complete information. As kids grow, their screen time tends to grow with them as well. According to a latest report, kids under 2 years spend at least 42 minutes per day. The screen time is 42 minutes, and kids of 5 to 8 years nearly 3 hours per day. This is actually an average report. The actual results can blow your mind. Now just considering 2 hours of screen time per day can cause you headache, shoulder or neck pain, eye strain, dry or irritated eyes, reduced attention span, they really become dumb, poor behavior and irritability. A great poet, Roald Dahl, described in his poem called Television, he calls the television an idiotic thing, and he tells, we have watched them gaping at the screen, they loll and slop and lounge about and stare until their eyes pop out. They sit and stare and stare and sit until they're hypnotized by it, until they're absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Now, I don't want to blame any of the media for that ghastly junk because it's their right, because we live in India and media has all the rights to do the things. Unlike other countries like China, where the media is controlled by the government itself. This rapid rise in the screen time can cause myopia, or you might have known in this form, nearsightedness. Worldwide has been linked to increased use and exposure of electronic devices. In Singapore, for example, 65% of the students in primary 6 have myopia. By the way guys, this video has taken a lot of time in making. If you could just hit that subscribe button, it will make my day. Technically speaking, it's not actually about the screen time that we spend. It's actually about the blue light emitted by your display. It may be LCD, OLED or AMOLED, whatever it is. It is about the blue light. Now, why is the blue light so bad for us? For human consumption, because this blue light is a relatively high energy visible light and it has shorter wavelengths if you have already studied about it, so it has higher energy than other visible light rays like the red or other colors. Now there is something called as sleep or wake cycle that will be inside the period of 24 hours. Now once you are exposed to this blue light very much, then this whole cycle, sleep and wake cycle, will be disrupted. Now that results in headache, tension and not having mental peace. Now let's talk about the immediate risk that happens if you stare at your screen constantly. One thing that is definite is due to the exposure of the blue light, there is the risk of disrupting the circadian rhythm, that is the sleep and wake cycle, and it will be very problematic in case of children because cell phones are addictive and this can lead daytime drowsiness or poor performance in school. Now also disruption of sleep and wake cycle can eventually lead to gain weight and obesity related to health problems. Well, that point is kind of debatable. So I won't be considering that point. Now talking about the long-term issues, the simple truth is that the long-term risks of incremental blue light exposure from frequent use of digital devices is not yet known. This is because of no previous generation has been exposed to comparable levels blue light from the digital devices from childhood on, because this is the first time that children are getting the devices as soon as they're born. And even for some kids, the first thing they'll see after opening their eyes is a digital screen. I'm not only talking about a smartphone, but a digital screen. Now I completely understand that many of the people have online classes or work from home programs and other things. So I understand your problem. The only thing you can do is cut down your screen time. Like, don't use it very often. Take breaks in between and make sure you blink your eyes very often. Now there is another thing which you can do is wear eyeglasses or sunglasses. Yes, sunglasses, to reduce the blue light. Now what happens is there are glasses which are called blue light filter, and there is a feature in our smartphone itself which will reduce the blue light, or there is a feature called night light in pixel which will kill all of the blue light, and it is easier to watch the screen at night. Things you can do is buy a photochromatic lenses, or also called as the blue light filter glasses, or you can simply use your sunglasses which are polarized, so it will block all the harmful radiations, that is the blue light. Set a screen time. If you are using a phone or a laptop, there are plenty of apps which will tell you the screen time of your smartphone and the number of times you open your smartphone. Now talking about the verdict, there is nothing like immediate effect when you use the smartphone continuously. Yes, you may get a headache and strain sometimes, but the point is after some years you'll be noticing a lot of problems, and that is really risky. We don't know where the future is headed to. If we know the future, then that's not the future at all. As I always tell, we have to just wait and see what happens. Reduce your screen time and the number of times you unlock your smartphone. Ultimately, you will gain a lot of health and mental peace. So that was pretty much everything about all these theories and whatnot. Thanks a lot for sticking till the end, and if you could just hit that subscribe button, it will mean a lot to me. With that being said, my name is Rahul and I am signing out. Take care, guys.